Taco Trump has done it again. Trump resurfaces and shows us just how weak he is. He was about to do a big boy attack on Iran. He was going to do it today. But it's Tuesday, and Tuesday is Taco Day. So Donald Trump posts, in all honesty, he posted this yesterday. It was technically Monday, but it was going to happen today. Trump says, quote, "I have been asked by the Emir of Qatar, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud, and the President of the United Arab Emirates, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, to hold off on our planned military attack of the Islamic Republic of Iran, which was scheduled for tomorrow." In that serious negotiations are now taking place. He's ending the war again, folks, and that in their opinion, as great leaders and allies, a deal will be made, which will be very acceptable to the United States of America, as well as all countries in the Middle East and beyond. This deal will include, importantly, no nuclear weapons for Iran. Based on my respect for the above-mentioned leaders, I have instructed Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Daniel Kaine, and the United States military, that we will not be doing the scheduled attack of Iran tomorrow, but have further instructed them to be prepared to go forward with a full, large-scale assault of Iran on a moment's notice in the event that an acceptable deal is not reached. Once again, we're almost there. We're just almost to this deal now in week 12 of the war, week 12 of 3. It's a 3-week war. We're in week 12. And Trump wants to portray, I'm really strong and they're begging me, rather than I'm weak and scared and they're giving me a way out. That's the truth. Trump is weak and scared and they are giving him a way out. Now, Fox News buys all of it. They're like, yeah, we believe this.
Telling the New York Post Iran knows what's going to be happening soon if they don't make a deal. And he reportedly prepares for a high-stakes meeting tomorrow with his national security team to consider new strikes inside Iran. Brian.
They just believe it. They're just like, yep, that's exactly what's going on. So here is how we have to kind of interpret this. Trump wants you to see this and go, wow, Trump is so strong. Trump is telling the military what to do. This attack was going to be so destructive that all of the leaders of the Middle East said, no, please, sir, Trump. Yeah, exactly. Please don't do it. But we see through it. And it doesn't read like strength if you know how to read between the lines. Trump is pre-spinning a retreat. He doesn't really want to do it. And he's probably been advised this would be very bad. This is going to make the economic situation worse. This is going to make our relationships worse. It will make it even less likely that a deal is done. So Trump loves to do massive, huge threats, total escalation rhetoric. You'd better not, and I'm going to do this, and son of a bang, and all this stuff. Nobody's tougher than me. And then he backs off, and he reframes it as strategic. I made them so scared they were quaking in their boots. And good for Iran should be glad that all of these other countries came and said, please, sir, with hat in our hands, please don't do it because we believe we can get a deal done. Now, there's an obvious contradiction here. If the negotiations have been productive and serious for what, 10 weeks at this point? 10 of the 12 weeks of the 3-week war, Trump says weekly, we're so close to a deal. It's going so well. JD's negotiating, or Jared Kushner is negotiating, or whoever, Witkoff. And we're so close, but I might bomb them tomorrow. Wait, why would you do that? That doesn't project that these are productive and serious conversations. It projects that if they're even happening, they're not going particularly well. Now, it may well be true that Middle Eastern leaders are trying to stop Trump from doing this, but they would be doing it because they're trying to rescue Trump from his own escalation spiral, recognizing that if you have an interest in calm in the Middle East, whether you are Saudi Arabia or whatever country, you also don't want Trump doing this. Not because he's so strong and so big and so girthy, but because you realize it will be bad for your economy as well. Oil shocks aren't good for a lot of these countries that are not involved directly in the war. Shipping disruptions are bad for them. The economic fallout is bad. Regional instability is bad. It disrupts aviation. And Fox News does exactly what Trump wants everybody to do when they see this post, which is go look at how respected Trump is. He's so respected that these countries come to him very politely and they say, "Sir, your Majesty." I'm sorry, Mr. President. He wants them to say "Your Majesty," but they say, "Mr. President, we would rather you not do this. We know you're strong, but give them a chance. Give Iran a chance." So we have to analyze this going beyond Trump's claimed rhetoric into Trump treats the presidency like real-time audience management on social media. Constant. Just let me post and see the reaction. Post and see the reaction. Not a diplomatic framework that we are familiar with. And so the emotional performance takes on a big role. The branding of strength is maybe the most important thing. Americans are increasingly hearing, here comes more chaos and more instability. And in fact, earlier on in this conflict, when Trump would make these declarations that maybe we can back off, the stock market would pop. However, the stock market is down hundreds of points today. Even the stock market realizes these apparent détentes, these pauses in the conflict, or these delays in hostilities, whether they're real or not, we don't know, but traders don't buy it as a reason to be more confident in the American economy because Trump is doing it every other week. Pathetic, and it's not working anymore. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video. And if you like our content, make sure to subscribe so YouTube puts our videos in your feed, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple.